Okay, Rocket, are you there? You are muted.
I don't know. Am I here?
Yes. And I need to turn you back down.
Down. Jeez,
Yeah,
thanks.
I had turned you up to 200% when we were playing Destiny, so I could still hear you over the game.
Oh,
So...
well, I was also like 2 feet away from my mic.
All right, hang on one
Tonight
second.
is interview, so I am right up on top of it. Giggity.
Let me get something going here.
Hey, Fletch. Hey, Herc. Dustin, Mads, Perm.
Okay, sorry for the
Hey,
confusion there, everybody. I've prepared the first 5 wings. When we're ready for the second set, I'll need a few minutes to get that ready to go. But I think we are ready. Despite the fact that I had tried to reschedule this for Friday, we're going now. We're doing it live. So, I've got a nice plate of 5 little wings here. These are actually I just cooked 5 tenders and tore them in half. I couldn't find wings of appropriate size, and I didn't want to eat like just a bunch of dinky little nuggets, so I just got 5 chicken tenders and figure I cut them in half and half a tender per sauce. What up?
Can you take a deep breath and calm and slow down, please?
Well, I've been friggin' running my butt off for like the last 10 minutes trying to prep this with like no time. Okay. So, do we want to go ahead and start? Well, actually, no. I'm going to introduce this. For those of you unfamiliar with the format, this is kind of a Hot Ones homage, rip-off, call it something like that. The sauces are all ordered from Hot Ones. It is their season 16 lineup. So it's going to be sauces of increasing heat up to the point where we hit the bomb, and then I think it slopes back down a little bit. So we'll see how that goes. It's typically done in an interview format where there's like a question per wing or something like that. You know, obviously I'm expecting that this is going to spark up some conversation, which is fine. That's exactly what I want. And you know, we'll just evolve the conversation as we go. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. But
I need to add
what's
something
up
here. On top of Fix's 20 questions, by the way, I do have a few more last minute questions, so I will be mixing them in so it's not just all Fix questions.
Yeah, that's perfect.
All right.
In addition, I am turning off all. You can't kill the webcam. You can't mute me. Given that this is an interview, there's no game content going on in the background. I think that makes the most sense. So, why don't we start with an introductory question, and then we'll take the first wing. Or whatever your first question is.
Yeah, that sounds better. Okay, first question. Did you have a honeymoon? And if so, did you regret where you went? If you could do it again, what would you choose?
Wow, that's actually a great question. So Ari and I did have a honeymoon. She wanted to have. We actually kind of had a Disney vacation that we planned around this whole thing. She wanted the experience of getting out of the limo into a big resort and having that like everybody wowing over the bride sort of thing. I wanted something a little more intimate and separate, so we actually kind of split the difference. We did a couple of nights in the beach club resort, I believe it was. It's either the beach or the yacht club. It's one of the two. They're one large connected resort. And then we did 3 nights in a cabin in their Fort Wilderness campgrounds. So that way we kind of both got what we wanted. She got to get out of the limo and have everybody wow over her dress and all that. And I got to have something kind of calm and separate, which was, that's how Ari and I work. We each kind of do what we can to give the other what we want. if I could do another one. I don't know that I would go to Disney. I'm going to take COVID off the table. Obviously, COVID right now changes everybody's vacation plans. A Geo Metro. We never owned a Geo. We would probably do a cruise. I know that there are a lot of people that scoff at the idea of cruises. I totally get why they scoff at that idea. But as an IT guy, I find the idea very attractive. Like, it is a complete unplug from everything. Oh, is the server room on fire? I don't care because I'm in the middle of the Atlantic. You can't reach me. That sort of thing. So, yeah, I'd probably go with something like that, to be honest. That's a great question. I really like that one. Did you have any follow-ups on that, or are we ready for the first one? Matt. Yeah, my wedding dress. I thought I cleaned up quite nicely. Thank you very much. All right.
And on...
Yeah.
You ready for the next question? Or are you gonna eat a...
Yeah, let's do the first wing if you're done with the question. So this is the first sauce. It is a Hot One sauce. They do make their own alongside with bringing on others. This is their classic hot sauce.
Just started, Arky. Just started.
Yeah, this is the first one, Arky.
So you're safe.
Let's see. Was accidentally made with 10 times more garlic than usual.
Accidentally or on purpose? Because I feel like this is on purpose.
They said when a batch of the classic was accidentally made with 10 times more garlic than usual, a new star was born. Introducing Garlic Fresno Edition. Paired with the mild and sweet heat of Fresno chilies, the extra punch of garlic makes this sauce the perfect pairing for chicken, pizza, and more. I'll give you my prediction up front before we do any of the wings. I'm probably going to like 3 of the first 5 sauces. I'm expecting I'm going to be able to comfortably tolerate 4 of the entire 10. The last 3 or 4 are going to be a kick in the teeth, I think. So, here we go. Freshly cooked in Le Microwave. It is very garlicky. Sorry. Try not to eat with my mouth full on stream. That's not very hot at all, actually. I actually rather like that one. That might be a good one to go on top of pizza. So what I did was very similar to what you did. I cooked some chicken. I put a tablespoon of the sauce into a bag, and I made sure that I coated the chicken in the sauce, and then took it out. That's actually really good. I like this hot sauce. This one gets the stamp of approval from me. It's very mild. I wouldn't mind if it... I know this is weird coming from me. I wouldn't mind if it had a little more punch to it, but it's very flavorful. All right. We are ready for question number 2.
And on the subject of dresses, if cost were no object, what type of dress would you have worn to prom?
I didn't actually go to prom. I know that wasn't the question, but I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know. I kind of like dresses that like shimmer and stuff. I mean, let's just put this on the table right there. I'm not a cross-dresser. I know everybody this is clearly a fixed question. It could not be more obvious. But
hey, I'm mixing them up, okay?
If I were a person that wore dresses, I would probably want to go with something like sleek and shimmery and blue. Blue is my favorite color. If you is it not obvious at this point? Now I'm a big dude, so something sleek and shimmery on me would make it look like a snake ate a cat, but you know, we'll go with that. To be honest, I do
Just
have
chose not to go to prom myself.
I mean,
Didn't even go.
I do have a few regrets about like the social elements of school that I missed. Like I was the classic honor student, teacher's pet. I didn't go to football games. I didn't go to prom. And there's nothing wrong with not doing that. But at the same time, I recognize that that is a unique experience in life that I chose to skip out on. Yeah, I know. It blows your mind, doesn't it, Perm? All right. Let's go to wing number 2. I don't know what this one is called. Bliss and Vinegar. It was a pain in the butt to get sauce out of this bottle. Ripe red Serranos, strawberries, and coconut. Let's see. They have... Okay, that doesn't tell me anything. Yeah, okay. Let's see what this is. I mean, I do like vinegar, so we'll see what we got. Cheers. Oh, there we go. Yeah, big head of vinegar up front. Herm, is this the one you were eating when you were like, it's oddly fruity? Because that's kind of what I'm getting on this one.
I love the aftertaste.
It almost has like a sweet, like a flowery sort of taste to it. It's weird. I mean, like, it's a big hit of vinegar up front, and then there's like these little notes of like something sweet to it. I mean,
Thanks, Perm.
it's okay. Let's see. I was almost infused because I had a female date. Wow, really? You know, there's nothing wrong with like just going to prom with a friend. It doesn't even have to be a date. But like, yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry, Mads. I'm glad the way that you said almost refused admission does imply that you eventually got in, which was good. But I'm sure it kind of soured the evening because you probably spent most of the night pissed off about it. It was Perm. I had no intention of going to prom till the girl asked me to go. Wow. Yeah, I mean, you got to take that opportunity. I mean, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, right? So if it didn't work out, it didn't work out, but at least you had the chance. So yeah, I completely understand. Did you ask me a question after this wing, or did I just stop talking about it? I got distracted by chat. I'm sorry.
You got distracted by chat.
Yeah. Okay.
All
right.
Oof, Carney.
Oof.
Yeah, we do have a lot more questions than wings at this point.
Well, and that's probably a good thing at this point because I feel like I can carry a conversation decently, but I don't feel like I can sustain it as long as Perm can. Like you can see already, my answers have been pretty short. Which is not, you know, I've said my piece and I'm done, but you know, Perm, we spent like 30 minutes in his Hot Ones talking about cheese. And blue cheese can die in a fire, by the way. I still feel that opinion. Whoever invented blue cheese deserves to be drug out into the street and shot, even though he's probably already dead. Or she. Anyway, please continue.
This is taking too long!
Why isn't Chandel hurt? You sure you got that right? Anyway, onwards. So, what would be your most favorite gaming moment that is not Valkyrie related?
It's going to be WoW. I'm just trying to think through. I mean, it should be clear to those who have been hanging out at this point, like I enjoy sinking my teeth into a challenge. And you know, because that time when you finally get it is so rewarding. Now, sometimes the reward is not worth it and the experience is not worth it, but you know, it's usually worth the try. I would say there was a raid tier in WoW. My guild was fairly casual core, and when I say casual core, it is a blend of casual and hardcore. Like we were never a guild that raided like 5 nights a week for 6 hours of a raid and stuff. It just burns people out. You know, we wanted this to be fun, not a job, which is actually one of the reasons I got out of WoW, because of their retention systems making it feel like a job. But as a result of the nature of our guild, we were never really cutting edge. We would typically, in any given raid tier, we would clear heroic and then maybe get a few bosses done in mythic, and that was about, like, we would be lucky to get through like a quarter of the raid on mythic. But there was one raid tier. I'm sorry, were you about to interject something?
Nope.
Okay.
I was just agreeing with Perm with his comment.
But there was one raid tier. It was the Dragon Soul raid, and I don't recall. I think it must have been Cataclysm, and that was the first raid that we managed to clear all the way through cutting edge. Like, we cleared all of heroic and all of mythic. We as a guild cleared it. Like, we were done. If we were done with the raid, there was literally nothing else we could do. There was nothing else we could grind. We were cutting edge. That felt amazing, and it was the only time we ever did that. So yeah, that would probably be my proudest gaming moment, aside from killing Sigrun with my gimped gear on the hardest difficulty. It was more of a pride for the group, really, not an individual. If I had to cut it down to an individual gaming moment, I would really struggle on that one. Because literally nothing comes to mind for me on that. So yeah, I'm going to stick with the WoW one for now. What about yours, Rocket? Do you happen to have one off the top of your head? I'm curious. I'm going to throw that one back at you.
Probably would be, you know, I don't really play that many games, and nothing is really coming to mind except for probably beating Origins for the first time. Assassin's Creed Origins.
Yeah.
After doing all the DLCs and killing the very first god in there, that was really hard for me at the time.
So you got to look back and think, like, I did all of that. That was all. This is all me.
Well, it was also the very first game that I spent over 100 hours in, so yeah.
That's cool. I can appreciate that. Dustin's answer is good too. Beating your first Souls game, that's something to be proud of too. Because I really think that the Souls, like Bloodborne, is something I could have really sank my teeth into if only I had the liberty to pause it whenever I wanted. I think that was really the deal breaker for me, because like it pissed me off and I was not great at it. It's a matter of practice, I think, and patience. Impatience has always been a flaw of mine. But I really think that I really think I could have enjoyed that game if I could have just paused it whenever I wanted to. Could you beat Pitfall? I loved Pitfall on the Atari, but I didn't know you could actually beat it. All right, let's go on to wing number 3. This is the Hofs Hot Sauce. My understanding is that it has nothing to do with David Hasselhoff. Dude's got a fedora with a feather in it.
Love the stash.
Yeah, dude, right? Look at that curly handlebar mustache right there. All right, so Hofs Hot Sauce is a palate-pleasing blend of farm-fresh chilies, black mustard seed, and the slightest touch of clover honey.
That's
Hitting
Hoss.
Haus, Haus, Hofs Sauce. Hitting mustard and pickle high notes with a smooth finish, it pairs well with Bavarian favors like brats and soft pretzels. Yep, blah, blah, blah. It's a taste trip to a Munich beer hall during Oktoberfest.
Mustard.
Here we go. That one kind of cranked the heat a little bit. I definitely get a big old hit of mustard on that one. We're starting to approach some heat on this one. This one is also really good. Like, it does taste overwhelmingly of mustard. Well, not overwhelmingly. It's got a really pleasant heat to it. I like this one a lot too. The Bliss and Vinegar is like a weird aftertaste thing. I'm gonna call that one's got a no for me. But the classic hot sauce and hops, those are good. Oh, and I want to make one other thing clear too. The tenders did not tear in half cleanly, so that we could call it fair, even though I'm going to catch ridicule regardless. I left the larger halves of the tenders for the second half of the wings. So the bigger hits of sauce will come towards the end. Just want to put that out there. I wouldn't say you have no taste buds, Perm. I said you burn them out. I'm never going to forget how you ate a vomit bean and called it spicy. That's so weird. All right, Rocket, what you got?
Why do you obviously play stealth games and then have no intention of using stealth?
Because I do try. Like, I play things that make me aspire to be better at what I do. Now, obviously, there are some games I play just for the fun of it, like Galaxy 2. I'm not looking to get better at Mario games, but like when it comes to things like Far Cry, Horizon Zero Dawn, games where there is
Address one first.
Wait, what is going on in chat? My group was talking about chili bubblegum challenge. Chili bubblegum? Weird. Like I mentioned earlier, I kind of enjoy the pressure of it, which is a weird thing. Like, I know that if I really, really put my foot down and focused on it, I could stealth through something. And I've done it before, where I've stealthed through bases in Far Cry 3. I think I managed to get through 1 or 2 bases in Horizon Zero Dawn without getting spotted. In Horizon Zero Dawn, my failure was more of my terrible aim, and not so much, or even Ghost of Tsushima. I think the failing in Ghost of Tsushima for me was that its combat was so fun. I didn't mind getting spotted in Ghost of Tsushima, because now I just get to kill everybody. No problem. But, like, I do actually try to do stealth. There are times I say, screw it, we're just ramming it straight up the tailpipe, here we go. But, like, there are times where, and even in Assassin's Creed, where I'm like, all right, I'm focusing down, I'm going to do this. And inevitably, I make some mistake that gets me spotted, and it's just like, well, this is old hat for me. Pew, 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 pew. But I still enjoy the challenge of it, even though I consistently
fail. There's no gunplay
fail.
in Assassin's Creed.
In Black Flag, there was. there were a couple of missions where you had to like.
Yeah, but what I mean is, the guns didn't go pew 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 like
It's a euphemism. I'm not talking about like actually. I'm not charging in like Rambo. You know what I mean. Don't be that literal.
Thank you, Perm. Black powder pistols do not pew pew.
All right. This one is another Hot Ones sauce. This is one of their own. They call it heat level 5 out of 10. It is called Los Calientes, and it is green. Let's see. The middle of the lineup is where the hot sauce magic happens. The perfect sweet spot between maximum flavor and pleasing heat. Now,
there are a total of 4 pistols. Herc.
Yeah. Yeah. Pew pew. Yeah, 4 pistols. And I really like the way that looked.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no. Yeah, that one's for Dustin's channel. As soon as I said that, I was like, why did I say it like that? That means something different. Yeah. It's good to...
the hedonistic flaccid eyeball wow.
Oh, sometimes these random words come up with the weirdest stuff. So I'm expecting to like this one quite a bit. Because, I mean, really, I know you guys like to make jokes Gilly can't do heat because of these memes. Totally understand. But I don't do heat for the sake of heat. I do enjoy spicy foods, but as long as it's flavorful. Like, the flavor's where it's at. If it adds a nice heat to the background, that's what I like. All right. So here's the Los Calientes green chicken, which is now cold at this point.
You've been talking for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing wrong with cold chicken either.
You know what's really weird? I know this flavor, but I can't put a word to it. They're correct. It's actually a pretty nice little heat. Hold on. I don't know what chili this is. Green Serrano. Oh, and it's got a little habanero in it too. It does burn the tongue a bit. But it's pretty pleasant. I like this one a lot too. Oh boy. It's got a little. It's got a little. Yeah, cumin. That's exactly what it is.
It's hit him. It's starting to hit him.
Okay. I like it. But we are starting to hit it now. Oh man. I'll tell you what though. Having watched, I mean, I'm not so much a fan of the Hot Ones that I've watched like every episode they put out, but I've seen, for me, it's more about who they have on.
The likelihood of you dying violently within the next 5 minutes is 87.61%.
Than just watching the entire series through. It's always interesting conversations for sure, but when Da Bomb comes up, I know it's going to wreck me, and I know it's going to be bad. I'm really worried about that one. All right. That one's a winner. Very hot, but that one's a winner. What do we got, Rocket?
All right. This
What's
is
up,
what
Brett?
chat has been really wanting to know, apparently. When horse murder is in your mind, do you like to choose your method in advance or just take the first opportunity for equine carnage?
You know, one of the things I really enjoyed was trying to invent a different reason for why I did this every time. I think at one point in Perm's channel, it was my ploy to make the horses eat trees, and they would never eat, but that never stopped me from trying. Really, I think that the horse murder is another effect of the impatience to which I was referring earlier. And actually a suggestion, like, I know Mads is going to scoff at the fact that I'm blaming like 17 horse deaths on her, or however many horses I killed. But like
That'll be next.
When I first hold on, Mads. When I first played Red Dead 2, I didn't like it that much. Like, it was frustrating me more than I enjoyed it. And Mads kind of encouraged me to explore off the beaten path. So I stopped taking roads. And then, you know, there's all this stuff just scattered throughout the woods. My mouth still burns. There's all this stuff like scattered throughout the woods that just you're not going to see if you stay on the road. So I just started off-roading everywhere, and it was fun. As an unfortunate side effect, that also meant that Gilly got into a lot more accidents. However, I never pre-plan a horse death. I just let the wind take me and the horse where it may, and if the horse eats a tree to death, it eats a tree to death. If it drowns, it drowns. Sometimes, you know, it's got to take a few bullets for the sake of cover. They've all sacrificed valiantly, but I never look at like a mayonnaise or a Brittany and go, yeah, you're going to be a meat shield. That's how you're going to die. I knew as soon as, that's why I asked you that question. I knew as soon as Fix said he had submitted 10 questions that at least one of them was going to be about horse murder. Yeah,
but I couldn't tell you that because
no.
Cheating.
I respect your integrity. I totally understand. I knew it was coming.
Yeah, but the first 10, Fix. The first 10.
Yeah, I asked her after you submitted the first 10. I appreciate that you submitted so many questions, and maybe we should do 2 per wing or something, because we're at the hour mark, but it took me like 20 minutes just to start prepping these things. Although,
I can do 2 questions.
Yeah, why don't you go ahead and ask me another one before we hit the next one?
Enchantment?
Enchantment.
All right. The question Fix is screaming for. Would you play Hollow Knight and not quit right before the end like PermaNoob?
Yes. Gilly does not shrink from danger. We know this already. If I'm willing to put in the time and effort to grind through Sigrun time and time... Oh, dear Lord. Wow, Fix, that was fast. Fix... Gilly's girly taste buds, put up or shut up. Thank you, Fix. Fix just gifted me a copy of Hollow Knight. Well, that means we won't be doing Viewer's Choice this week.
All good.
Yeah, I mean, which is not to cast shade on Perm. I get where Perm is coming from. Everybody's different. But whereas I relish in that challenge, some people would get frustrated. The part about Hollow Knight that I worry about, and I may be needing assistance with from time to time, is its Metroidvania sort of backtracking layout. So you guys know how forgetful I am. Duh. So it's Sigrun, not Sigmund. We're not talking about Dr. Freud. I'm very forgetful, so I'll get some new ability that's like, oh, that'll get me through that thing, right? Where was that? That's what I'm expecting a lot of Hollow Knight to be. But when it comes to bosses, I will fight through it. And Rocket knows. When I played through Dark Souls, and I fought through that big demon whatever at the beginning, back before you even get a sword, like...
There you go, lady.
Yo. What?
You're welcome. I was helping Mads out.
Oh. Like, Rocket was there to warn me, don't fight this thing right now. Because she knew, despite the fact that I didn't have a sword, and was doing like 2 or 3 damage a hit, that I was likely to spend at least a couple of attempts trying to make progress on that thing. So that first boss in Dark Souls, when you first encounter him and you don't have a weapon and you're like, just run, just don't fight him right now. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because you knew that my propensity was going to be to try to fight him. So yeah, I will do my best to finish that game. And if I do stop playing it, it will not be because I let a boss get me down. All right. The last of the sauces I have prepared right now. After this, we'll ask a couple of... Actually, no. After this, we'll ask a question. I'll take another AFK to prepare the last 5. We'll come back and ask another question, continue the gauntlet.
Dustin, to be fair, I like the shoot him in the butt, what?
Pocket, your memory frightens me sometimes. You're a steel trap. There are so many times where I've gotten clipped and I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just say? And that was literally like just seconds prior. And meanwhile, you're like, oh yeah, here's where I made Gilly say that stupid thing 2 years ago. All right, here is the 5th hot sauce. Be fearless. Hotheads. Let's see. Roasted bell and scorpion. Uh-oh.
Thanks, Fix.
Let's see. What does it say? Anything nice on it? Nah. All natural ingredient. Fire roasted bell pepper, apple cider vinegar, sweet onion, Trinidad scorpion pepper. So the scorpion pepper is the 4th ingredient on the list. I'm expecting not to like this one.
I
Here you go.
expect to be hearing a choking sound through my headphones.
That one really hits you up front.
There it is.
Man, that thing just lingers. I don't get anything but heat in that sauce. I mean, it's not terrible, but like, it's definitely got a burn to it. And it's got like, it has almost like an oily consistency, like it coats the mouth. The beginning of the end. Oh, man. Oh. Wow, that burns the throat a bit.
Are you ready for the next 2 questions? Or are you gonna... There.
I'll have you know. Oh, no.
Here we go.
I felt the hiccups almost start. Almost. I'll have you know.
Hey, buddy, I'll just start talking whenever you can't talk anymore.
My prediction was correct. I liked 3 of these sauces a lot. Wow, that burns. Okay, Rocket. Why don't you go ahead and ask me another question, please?
All right. This is a hypothetical. If a hospital had a doctor's office in a physically attached administrative building, and we were to go there for a doctor's visit, would that count as in the hospital for you to care about it?
Listen. I care about my friends. When a friend is in the hospital, there is an additional level of alarm. So when Gree was sick a few days back and he said he was feeling better, that's great. I'm happy. I'm glad you're feeling better. You know, I'm sorry you're sick and all that stuff. Man, my tongue is burning. Now, when a person is in the hospital, and especially if they've been admitted to the hospital, that is a different level of emergency. I do not ascribe to this joke that has been resurrected out of nowhere. No one had used this joke for like a year, and then all of a sudden Fix pulled it out of his back pocket like it was a picture of his kids. Like, don't forget about this one.
But Gilly, you remember I reminded you of the joke that I pulled on you from 2 years ago.
Yeah, some lore never dies, I guess. Of course. I care if people have to go to the hospital, you know. I care if they're sick. You know, I don't like bad things helping to people. I felt bad for I felt bad for Fish hurting her foot. Yeah, I know. No lore ever dies. You know, that is really the unfortunate bit of... was that Fletch? Oh, jeez. This is not helping. That was Fletch. Dang it. As Gilly just digs himself deeper and deeper. That is one of the most unfortunate thing about families, online and otherwise, is that the memories are long and the stories never fade. We still make fun of one of my cousins for something stupid that he did back in middle school. And I have a feeling this is just going to be another one of those things that for the life of my time together with all of y'all, I'm going to be hearing about dresses and how no one cares unless he's in the hospital and Gilly's delicate stomach, blah, 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 blah. I'm not surprised.
Whatever. Baldy,
You
pass
didn't
me a
turn off the
sensory bean.
spicy bean
What, do you think
button.
I'm just giving these away?
I am the smart.
I'll take... I tell you what, I'm going to go AFK for a few minutes to finish preparing the other 5. When we get back, I'll take the bean. We can ask another question and then hit... It's all downhill from here. I can't, but... Why? Fix, dang it. The blue cheese. Rocket, I wanted to say thank you for agreeing to interview me on this. I know it's still a bit of time and prep on your part as well, and I wanted to say I appreciate it. So
No problem.
I will be back in a few minutes. It'll probably be about 5-ish because I got to prep more chicken, but I'll be back in a few and we'll keep on going. Just smelling this plate, like I can feel just the smell of it attacking my nose.
Good.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Here is your jalapeno bean. Sorry for the delay. Took a little while to get the last 5 wings ready, but we are good to go. And I believe we have another question to cover before the next wing.
We're gonna be 2 questions.
Okay.
Okay. What was your favorite horse murder?
Thunder Spooge.
Alright.
Like, the fact, like, it was undeniable. There are a couple of horse deaths in that game, and I don't... There are a couple of horse deaths in that game that I feel were unwarranted. Now, a couple out of 17 is like, yeah, big whoop. But I believe it was Brittany or Booty that died just because I jumped into a river with her. Like, I don't get why all of a sudden that was horse death. But to me, like, Thunder Spooge's death is the epitome of me playing Red Dead 2. I'm crossing the railroad tracks on a raised platform. I can't get off of the railroad tracks. And when the train was clearly coming, instead of doing what would have kept the horse alive, turning around and outrunning the train, I instead froze and listened while Arthur's scream fell all the way down to the pavement along with his horse. That was hilarious.
Actually, if you had gone to the other side of the bridge, you could have jumped down.
And that's what I was initially trying to do. Like, I was close enough on the ground. I was close enough to the ground where I was hoping I would be able to hop off the tracks and just let the train go by. Instead, I wasted precious time that I could have used to turn around and run. LA, thank you for the host. And good evening, Brett. And I apologize for all of you who have showed up. Berlin, I saw you snuck in here too. With the interview going on, it's a little bit harder for me to keep track of chat, but I'm going to try and do better with that. Oh, is Undefined back? What the crap happened to this?
Oh, and
Welcome back.
Berlin, on behalf of Gilly, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Oh, did Berlin gift a sub? Hold on, I need to catch up on chat real quick.
No, he subbed.
Oh. What the crap? Who is that dude?
I wasn't even gonna say anything about that one.
Was unaware Perm was missing. Oh boy. Okay. Oh, did the clip come up where I already wrapped my head in toilet paper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We really need to put a disclaimer on that clip that says this was before the shortage.
Yeah. All right. And it's not a problem. People show up when they can, Berlin. Yeah, so Berlin, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. All right. Why don't you go ahead and hit me with another question? That was fast.
Okay. Wizards are shit. Can you explain why?
Wizards are cool. They cast spells that ruin crap without having to be all up in people's face. Hard
That's
disagree.
the reason why you had to go on to easy on Origins.
Look, Dragon Age Origins is unbalanced. It needs a little more tuning, and then it'll be a great game.
Not for a little while, Ellie. Sorry.
Very soon. I disagree with your I disagree with your postulate, Fix. I shoot down this question as a whole. Nice try though. All right, so this one is number 6. It is Senor Lagucha hot sauce, adobo, black lime, and ghost peppers. It also includes a batch and bottle number just in case I get food poisoning or something off of this, I guess. Yay, ghost peppers. I've always done terrific with ghost peppers. Yeah, the bad part, this plate is the bad part. I'm not going to answer terrible questions, no. I can actually taste the lime.
And hey, Ellie, how are you doing?
Ellie and String, how's it going? Rub some in your eyes. Yeah, that's something I got to remember later. Like, don't rub your eyes. I'm actually just getting more lime from this than anything else. Like, I can feel a little bit of heat from it, but I feel like I got more heat from number 5. That hot sauce one. I know that's weird, but it's literally just hot sauce. That's actually not a bad sauce. It's just got kind of like this warming heat, excuse me, in the back of your throat. It's not the heat, it's the humidity. Trust me, man, I live in Florida. I know that. I know the meaning to that one.
Would you splash it in your mojito?
Few drops, sure. Okay, the heat's building now. It's a grower. Whew. I can feel it on my lips now.
That's what she said.
You know, honestly, I think that a sauce like this would work really well in like a soup or a chili. Like chili especially. Just something to kind of add a little bit of a flavor profile to it and a bit of heat. Just a few drops in the bowl. That might be really good on chili. I'm surprised. I honestly was not expecting to like any of these back 5. It still grows though.
Shower at first, Dustin.
Yeah, it's a grower, not a shower. What? All right, Rocket, what you got?
What's your favorite thing at Disney?
The likelihood of you dying violently within the next 5 minutes is 87.61%.
Honestly, I don't even really do the rides or anything anymore. I mean, I did the last time we went because there was a ride I'd never been on before. I wanted to do it, but it always had this ridiculous like 2+ hour wait time.
Got you, Mads. We got you.
Oh, good grief. But the last time we went was like a 20-minute wait. We had to capitalize on that, but we don't really do rides anymore. Like, we just kind of we walk around, we browse. Occasionally we'll do pen trading. This is more of a before COVID thing.
This is taking too long. I'm gonna miss the farmer's market.
And we'll stop and get something to eat, and just, you know, it's more of a looking around and browsing sort of thing now. Just something to kind of change things up and just go to a place where everyone's happy. You know, and in today's world, I think that's something that's becoming a lot more rare. Like, people fly off the handles and are angry all the time, and just it becomes harder to find a place where there's not somebody like just ruining the mood everywhere. So, you know, that's kind of just something that we do to get away and relax and just have fun. Ari usually comes home with a souvenir or something, and I just drink. That's about it.
All right, ready for question 2, or you still want to?
Bring it on.
All right, for the audience, is the patented ghillie warning shot over the shoulder fired over the left or right shoulder of the enemy?
That might depend on perspective, though. No, but they sell Yingling. I'm cool with Yingling. Wait, do you want me to answer this, or was this for the chat to answer? You said for the chat. Rocket? Was this for me?
It says for the audience is the patented ghillie warning shot over the shoulder.
I see. Like, this is for me to clarify for the audience. It's usually more over from the shooter's perspective, it's usually more to the right of the head. Sometimes people who are particularly thick, you give them 2 or 3 warning shots. There have been opportunities where I have actually bracketed someone's head to give them a bit more warning. So it's not really such a hard and fast principle or definition, just more of a philosophy of combat. You need to give them a chance to engage, not just kill them before they even knew you were there. There's no honor in that, right? So you give them an opportunity, and if they don't notice you after you've missed them in the head like 4 times, then you can kill them without any guilt whatsoever. It's fair play. That is how I consider it. Now, in reality, it's because I'm terrible at aiming with a controller. Yeah, like, say what?
This ties back to the stealth question.
Yeah. But see, I actually think that I'm better in combat when I'm in stealth. And I know that sounds like a complete contradiction. But to me, as a shooter, I feel compelled to go for the headshot or nothing at all. Now, obviously, if I got a dude running at me, I'll shoot him in the body. If they know I'm there, I'm going to shoot them no matter what. But I'm always going to prefer the headshot. When it comes to combat games,
shoot them in the head in Destiny 2. There are certain enemies you cannot shoot them in the head.
Yeah, but they all have weak spots of some point, like the point where the numbers go yellow and you get a little extra damage. But like, one of the things that really is best and that I liked about Far Cry is that as long as you have not alerted the enemy, they're really easy to get headshots on. When they know you're there, that's when they start like moving their head all over the place and they're really hard to hit. So if I can stay unnoticed and just start racking up headshots, that's when I feel like I'm in my element. I'm terrible at controller aiming. Everybody's like, Gilly, you got to get practice. You got to practice it and get good. And I'm just like, I don't dig it. If there is a first-person shooter element of the game, I will prefer mouse and keyboard every time when it's an option. Now, obviously, Horizon Zero Dawn's out on PC now. It was not when I was playing it. But, yeah.
And neither will the sequel. So, practice, practice, practice.
But the fact that I lean hard away from it kind of limits the amount of practice I can get in it. Like I said, if it's almost like a game to me where I will invent some stupid story, however implausible, to explain the silly things that I do. So it's not Gilly murders a bunch of horses and runs into trees all the time. No, I'm trying to find out which ones of the horses are robots. They're imposter Terminator horses, and occasionally you got to smack them into a tree until you find the robot Terminator one, then you can kill that one. Unfortunately, the process of checking horses for this does sometimes also kill them. It's not Gilly can't aim for his life. It's no, I give warning shots. Like that's something I think I kind of enjoy, like inventing little BS reasons for the stupid things I do. Oh.
Thank you for confirming everything you do is BS.
Oh, I'm totally self-aware of that. I know. So, let's go ahead and hit another wing. This is this one's
Chat's getting a little bloodthirsty for it.
I see it. I see it. Less talking, more wingies. This is the last of the green sauces. Butila Fire. Chile Lengua de Fuego. Hot sauce with assorted super hot peppers and bitter orange. Chili jalapeno, smoked garlic, Trinidad scorpion, bitter orange. What is bitter orange? Scotch bonnet and chocolate ghost. Chocolate ghost? Let's see what we got.
No, he's saving the really bad for last, Manny.
It is a progression. I am going through the progression of sauces as they do on the show. And good evening, Manny. This one is number 7 of 10.
I have a feeling it's going to be Gilly himself, Ellie. All good, Manny. Since Gilly can't talk.
I am not a fan of this taste. Woo! Yeah, what the crap is chocolate ghost? Oh.
Probably like that hot chocolate that you ate that one time and got it in your eyes. Like, oh no.
That chocolate was the worst. It was legit the worst. Like for like 3 seconds, it just tasted like Hershey's chocolate, and then all of a sudden it was a kick to the mouth. Oh.
Yep, there it is. That's that ghost chocolate.
Oh. Okay. While I suffer through the effects of this, go ahead. Oh.
All right. What is your favorite Sea of Thieves dress?
Oh. I have not played Sea of Thieves enough to identify a dress that I really like. Oh, man. This is the first one that's really kicked me in the teeth like this.
Then can you please make the funniest face you are capable of?
Vix wants another free sticker, huh?
I think we're gonna get that when you hit the bomb, so might as well go ahead and get it out of the way.
There you go. Huh. Available soon on a Discord near you, I'm sure. Man, I am really struggling with this one. Like, it coats The like I can feel like the oil of it like all inside my mouth and on my lips. It really coats.
He bought milk for this perm. He bought milk for it.
I've got milk, but I haven't prepared it.
Oh, then never mind.
If I suddenly run away, you'll know that I'm getting the milk, which will probably happen on this one. Yeah.
Welcome fixed.
Take milk, pour into glass. Milk is prepared. All right. All right. Go ahead and hit me with another one. Both of these last two have been fairly non-answer questions.
Have you seen a doctor about the slightest spice giving you hiccups?
I think tonight has proven that wrong. Although Fix's moment in Destiny making fun of me was pretty hilarious. I showed it to Ari. Yeah, I'm starting to sweat now. It's hitting. It's hitting really hard. How many questions do you have left, by the way?
Let me think. Let me see. Got 8.
Okay, why don't you go ahead and ask another one then?
Okay. Why do you yell at me?
I try not to yell at my friends. I get emphatic. And there are times where I do get frustrated. I will not deny that I have 3 sauces left, Ellie. The next one is by far the worst. Hang on one second. I won't deny that there have been times where I've gotten frustrated and lashed out, and I apologize for that. But generally speaking, when I get emphatic is when people start telling, stop yelling at me. It's like, I'm not yelling at you. I'm just passionate. Yeah. All right. It's time for Da-Bomb. Da-Bomb is the hot sauce on Hot Ones that kicks everyone in the butt. Everyone. This is actually not Da-Bomb. This is Da-Bomb Evolution, which is no better. Red Hot chilies have evolved and sauce design has changed in tandem. After traveling beyond insanity, which was the name of the first Da-Bomb sauce, we returned to ground zero and found the final answer. This is our evolution, a more sophisticated Da-Bomb brutal heat from some of the hottest peppers known to man.
Alton Brown took it in stride.
Yes, he did. Alton Brown was a champ. He took all of them in stride. But this is the one that made me nervous when I was watching Perm do this and when I got challenged. Because Perm didn't want to finish that wing. Now, he did. I'll give him credit. He did finish it. But this was the one that he didn't like, and it kicked him in the butt, too. It's not going to be good. So here you go. Hold on. I just got to talk myself into it for a second.
Get ready
3,
for the tears, everybody.
2, 1. Oh my gosh. It has no flavor. It's just, oh my gosh.
think it's time for the milk.
No. No, I can make it through this. I think. Oh my gosh, it burns. It hurts to breathe. I'm trying to just let it roll through me. I'm just trying to ride it out, man. Just ride it out. Why don't you hit me with a question?
All right. What is your least favorite hat that Ari makes you wear? And can you ask Ari to go get that hat? And those were 2 questions, by the way.
Yeah, that's the one you saw you wanted to combine?
Yeah.
Hang on. Hey, hun. Chat would like you to get me the donut hat, please. Okay, thank you. Enough rolling. I'll be right back.
Yep, he's off to get milk. And he forgot to mute me! Say stuff? I mean, what can I really say? I'll rock it all night. Not recommended for redheads.
Oh. Man, my nose is running and everything.
Did you get milk?
Yeah, it burns so
Okay.
bad. Ari needs a couple minutes, but she'll bring it.
All right, we're down to the last 5.
Okay. I need a moment.
All good.
Okay. Why don't you ask
Ready?
one more, and then we'll have 2 for each of the next wings.
All right. Can you tell me when high tide is tomorrow, and then can you use your massive melon to shift that 2 hours earlier?
I do not outweigh the gravity of the moon, alas. Oh.
But they have proven that the moon does not control the tides.
Really?
Yeah.
What is it?
I believe that would be the spinning of the earth.
Oh, and yes, I did just gargle milk. Oh. I do have to say, though, that Gilly has a big head thing is one of the most hilarious jokes to come out of this community. The fact that Sturf played into it so perfectly. Omega came up with a children's book for it out of nowhere. That was 100% prime trolling. It was hilarious. I can't even tell you what that tasted like. My lips still feel like they're on fire. Yeah. I'll see if I can find it. I'm sure someone's got it somewhere. But like Omega came up with this like children's book for it out of nowhere. Hang on, I gotta get more milk.
And then got a lot of people to say it. Got quite a few clips of that. Yeah. lot of things taste like regret, Berlin. Oh, I definitely could not do this challenge. I'd be out probably by before the bomb.
Okay. I got some more milk. I don't know how much it's going to help. This is Hellfire Cranked. Mean looking dude on the front. Hold on.
That guy makes me think of Doom.
It says, we cranked this one up to 12. You won't find a sauce with more Carolina Reaper or more black garlic. This is the
Mads,
real...
if you were to do that on stream, you'd have to have a camera, and we all know you don't do camera.
Hang on.
Hey, Fraggle!
Oh, hey! Donut, you realize hot sauce is hot?
Can you guys hear her?
Yeah, at least
Okay.
I can.
Donut, get it? Donut? Donut, you know hot sauce is hot?
Yeah. This one is my least favorite of the hats.
It's your least favorite.
I'm like kind of breaking down over here.
What's up, everybody?
Can you do me a favor?
No, got it.
More milk, please. I'm going to need it. Okay. Was talking already,
That's
sorry.
true, Mads. You know, you're gonna have to text her that perm.
Ugh.
Or, you know, just hand him the whole quart of milk. Half quart, whatever. Half
You
pint.
did. Oh, thank you, hon. Chat says hi. All right. So, what happened to the hot sauce bottle? Oh. For real chili heads made with all natural ingredients, no additives, just straight up pepper and garlic goodness. We rate it a 12 out of 10. Angry dude.
That makes
All
me
right.
think of the game Doom.
This is the second to last. It was hard to open my mouth enough with this friggin' donut on.
Good news, we're down to the last 4 questions.
Mm-hmm. So I'll admit, there's a bit more flavor to it. And it seems to be helping with the heat from the bomb. But I did have a suggestion from my stomach just now to go puke, which was not so pleasant. Oh boy. All right, Rocket. Hit me. That was really garlicky.
Why do you take fun away from your viewers?
So we discussed that. I was expecting this question, actually. We discussed this, number one.
Not sure if you're gonna like the next question.
And one of the things I've learned about myself, and Ari can attest to this.
20 out of 23.
Yeah, only 3 of the questions are not from Fix. And one of the things I've learned is a flaw of mine is I do not react well to being interrupted. Like, if it's an interruption to further the conversation, fine, whatever, I can deal with it. If you hijack a conversation, take it to left field by literally just steamrolling what I'm saying and doing your own thing with it, that makes me mad.
No, they very much do not help, Ellie.
And I like that thing where Fix hit me with the mute, and he told me like he wasn't even really listening. Like, he had me on the lowest volume level, and he could just tell from what little Tony was getting that I was on a roll with something. So he hit me with the mute. But my goal is to find a what?
Gree?
Gree, are you okay? What's going on, man?
I've been trying not to interrupt him, Fix.
No, that's fine. Like I
I
said,
just happened to see in chat, sorry.
no, that was a worthy interruption. That was fine. Yeah, it's an interview. I took the webcam and the mute off for this. It's wow. Perm leans into it. Woo. I'm falling apart a little bit. Yeah, I'm not good with being interrupted. So I wanted to kind of put the control back in where I can at least kind of, if I could tell like I'm really getting into this and it would piss me off if I'm going to be interrupted, I'm going to turn the mute off. So that way, if I am on a roll with something and I get muted, that's on me, not you. So yeah, it's not about taking away the fun. It's about trying to find a balance. Whew. You've got 3 questions, right?
And like, I'm not sure how you're gonna take this question, so just gonna rip the band-aid off. If we were to replace it, would you prefer a plastic mop handle or a wooden broom handle for your new stick up your ass?
Wow. Plastic. The wood will expand and then it'll become a surgery.
Alright, we're down to our last 2.
Okay. Was that your, Oh, the you lose one. That was back on the Mixer days. So number 1, if you want to bring something back that I had, or you disagree with something that I've done, definitely bring it up. This is the second time that I've heard that the way I interacted with my Sparks back in the Mixer days irritated someone. Don't wait friggin' years to bring that up. Number 2, I had a mix play option on the channel that was a you lose thing, and it was the Willy Wonka, like, you get nothing, you lose, good day, sir.
That is a very good question, Berlin.
And it got to the point where it was being hit literally on cooldown. I see. And it may be that I didn't react to that the right way, but you know, part of it is that it was becoming not really, how do I phrase this? What I want the channel points and the various commands and the forms of interaction to give you are different ways to interact with the stream and to contribute to the content. You know, if I've done something stupid or you've tricked me into looking for a moon under the coins or whatever. Excuse me. Oh my goodness.
Come on.
There are actions you can do to kind of rub it in or whatever, besides just saying like, ha ha ha, Gilly, you suck in chat. And I felt like the you lose button was getting used out of context by getting triggered on cooldown. And it was just, it felt like this long period of time where it was just that one clip over and over and over again. You know, for a little while, I kind of came to identify the fact that when all of my sounds were going off at once, that Fix had entered the channel and was just hitting all the buttons. So there's probably a better way for me to react to that. But what I would ask of you in return is that if I've done something like that that you disagree with or you think that I've handled inappropriately, to bring that up. Don't stuff that in to bring up like a year later. I'm happy to talk about it, as I talked with you guys about the mute. You know, Rocket gave me an idea that I thought put mute back in play, so I took, you know, a bit of her idea and put it in. Oh, I thought it was just you. That's true, Mads. I can appreciate that perspective on it. But for me,
Almost.
I feel like the star of the stream is the content. And there are times where crap just happens that tries my patience, and it's a day-to-day thing. Like everything, it will be in a moment string. Like everything, you know, we all have our good days and our bad days. And there have probably been some decisions that I've made in bad days that I shouldn't have made. So that's all I can say. So I'm sorry if I upset you, but you know, don't sit on that mess. I'm happy to talk it out. I think I've drank too much milk.
And that's what you were worried about, and you did it anyway.
Yep. I'm gonna have a bad moment soon.
Want me to go ahead and ask the last two questions and get them out of the way?
No. All right. For
Bonnie
this one,
Berlin.
this is the last dab. It is the final of the sauces, and it's another one that Hot Ones makes themselves. This is the Last Dab Apollo. It is a sequel, basically, to the Last Dab that they'd had on the show for so long. It is not the triple X rated version of the Last Dab that Perm uses. So, hang on one second. Yeah, he did.
Oh my.
Perm's got like the super mega mondo version of it, and I'm like, You do, you, dude. That's crazy. Okay. So here, we'll add a little bit extra. All right. Here we go.
$5 says he calls out sick tomorrow, guys. And there's the stomach. Yeah. He's running over there. Run, 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 run. Probably all of it. I don't know about that, Berlin. That I don't need to even know. Ellie. Well, I mean, yeah, Arky. I mean, I kind of saw this coming. Especially after he already made the comment. I'm so happy that you feel proud of yourself, Mads. I think it's gonna burn, period, though.
Okay. That one got me.
We could tell.
No, we're done. We are done.
You want me to ask the last two questions, or I can at least ask the really one question that I think everybody wants to know?
Hang on. You can ask them. You can ask them both. No, I mean I'm done with the chicken.
Okay.
I just went and puked up a bunch of chicken.
And milk. Do you have any other insensitive characters or impressions other than Senior Wizard?
I feel like I can do a good Indian. Which I did. Which I did once while on a call to an Indian dev team. Whoops. I did like the Simpsons, like, thank you, come again. And it was only after that, after the meeting, that they were like, do you know what you just did? And I was like, what? And they told me, and I was like, oh no, I did what? No, man. I'm never doing that again. Never. I knew after Wing 9 that it was going to do me in. And that I was going to be puking them up. What I didn't expect was that it was going to be so immediate. Whew.
I think he's gonna send them to you for free though, Perm. You ready for that last question?
Yes, please.
Okay. Last question, and then I'm actually gonna have to sign off myself because, 2 minutes before bed. Thinking back on your mistakes, would you have really demanded questions for this Hot Ones exercise, or have preferred to have just eaten the wings?
I would have asked for the questions. I mean, like, for me, I think one of the things that always attracts me to the Hot Ones thing, like, sure, there are some laughs when people struggle with the heat and all that stuff, but to me, it's always fascinating conversation. And and I felt that was a tradition that Perm replicated quite well on Monday. So initially, I thought about doing, like, I didn't want to just put someone through an interview. I didn't know if I could sustain a stream like this. So I was just going to try and play a game while we did it. But Rocket volunteered, and we got him some questions, so we went for it. And, there were some troll questions in there, sure, but I still think we had a good conversation. So, thank you, Rocket. If you're still listening, I really appreciate you serving as my interviewer tonight. And, thank you guys for watching. So, I don't feel like I won. We did get through it. But man, respect for the people who actually do it. That's for sure.